Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there's no point in waffling about. You know what we're here for. We've had a 2-day break. There's been a heck of a lot of stuff going on over the weekend, and there is only one thing to talk about. We've got too much going, fans. We've got OMONDI, who is just a Monday, and we've got bath time, our genius in hiding there. So look, guys, let's get the show on the road, and we'll get your points of view. All right, look, we know why we're here. We're here every day anyway, but some major news broke over the weekend. I heard it. I'm not gonna lie, I did lose my shit for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've now calmed down a lot, and I just want I'm trying to get a logical view of maybe the timeline moving forward. But look, we'll start with, obviously, look, we've got Andy on, and we've got Stuart. You guys go to the games. So first things first, Andy, how's it going to be affecting you moving forward, and what did you feel like over the weekend?
Well, I found solace in this Saturday night, and I tell you what, I slept like a fucking baby. You know what I mean? Jim Beans and Cherry Coke. Oh, it's a new generation. It's a taste sensation. So, like I say, thank you, Sir Jim, for driving me to that. And I'm sure I'll be doing plenty more of that before the season's out. But, yeah, I got in about 6 o'clock Saturday because I went to watch some local FA Cup qualifying football. And I just got in, and I just seen it come on at 6 o'clock. Oh, Jesus, does that ruin your Saturday night when you buy a pizza and you want some beers? I don't even eat my tea. I don't even eat my pizza. Just put me in this room. You know what? Sod it. I'm not having my tea. Just ruin my Saturday night. Even when they're not playing, these bastards can ruin your fucking weekend. This is what they fucking do. Some things will never change, as Tupac sings. It will fucking. There's nothing on earth like being a Red, like the banner says at Old Trafford. They will take you to the brink of absolutely ecstasy 7 days earlier in a match against Brentford, and they will fucking break your heart and fucking chew you up and spit you out. Then I say, I said this backstage. A piece of me died Saturday, seriously, and I'll never, as a piece broken, I'll never get it back. Absolutely. The few here now, we are in a privileged place because we've seen the good times. We've seen Premier League titles and Champions Leagues. But for me in the future, it's uncertain. It's mediocrity. It's a dark winter coming. And if the rumours are true, this, that, or the other, the PR spin, and in the words of Del Boy, what's that I smell? Bullshit, as he said to Mickey Pace. Bullshit. So I don't believe in. I say 9 o'clock this morning, all the fucking PR came out, didn't it? Spin, spin, spin. Not buying any of it. I may not know nothing about finance and football, but I know when I'm being, just fobbed off like everyone else. And people are buying into this. Hypocrites. Oh, Qatar. Yeah, I want a Qatar. You know what, Andy? You should be Qatar now because Sir Jim's in now and he's okay. He might not be that bad. Two-faced fucking hypocrites. Honestly, the fan base is absolutely fragmented. People are slagging off each other from all around the planet. Even penguins with laptops will be fucking getting involved in it. In fucking Antarctica. You know what I mean? So everybody's slagging up, trying to gain the moral ground. I was all for Qatar. I was all Sir Jim. And you go back and check the tweets and the previous what they've been saying. Qatar. Oh man, it's a joke.
Wow. Stuart, is there a less sweary version to that?
No, not really. I mean, Andy knows. Andy goes to all the games. But you know what? Since the Palace game at home, driving back, I mean, I was gobsmacked. Was you at the Palace game, Andy?
The league game.
Yeah, the 1-0.
Yeah, I was on the 1-0, and I think I was so positive from the cup game, the previous game, because we were 2-2. Let's keep this going, yeah.
Like you said about the fan base, I mean, the Palace game at Stretford End. I mean, people. I know Rashford's had a lot of shit this season, but everyone's turning on each other. Fans are turning on each other. I mean, it's heartbreaking. This is what them fucking rats have done to us. They've destroyed this club. So Jim coming in, what is it? 25%, 1.3 billion, is it? I mean, how many years before he takes full charge, and what's going to happen in the meantime? Who knows? Who knows?
You don't know, but that's the $64 million question, mate. Like you say, he can say he's going to do it. He can say it's all lined out, but there'll be so many contingency plans. Oh, there's plan A. That's what he wants. Then there's plan B, C, D. All through what's plan Z. You know what? I'm going to sit on this. He'll probably gain control when he's fucking 90. And he goes, I've done it now. I've done it now. The Glazers are fucking gone. You take over now. I'm just going to sit on my fucking yacht in fucking Monaco and sit my wine with my fucking cheese. Do you remember when I took over in 2023? It is now year 2040 fucking 5.
And it probably still only have 50% by then.
Walking stick Jim Ratcliffe. I was there in 99. What they fucking do? So was half of fucking Manchester. Fuck off.
Bath time. What was your take on Saturday night?
I was quite pleased, to be honest. Like, I was never Qatarian. I have a lot of issues with a lot of things that were coming from Qatar. And like, I did a bit of research into the bid and the 25% and all this, and I think it's a very positive thing. Like, I understand at the moment people are pretty angry about it, and they feel that like Ratcliffe has sort of like enabled the Glazers and things, but but for a start he hasn't, and secondly, this is the first time in 18 years where the Glazers have had less control. So I think it's a good day.
OMONDI. Shit, we got 2 bath times. What's going on here?
I know you always wanted to be me.
What was your take?
Yeah, I think everyone's got the blues at the moment. You know, it's really sad to hear all that. But in the words of David Brent to Gareth, get out the Qatar.
Oh, Jesus. OMONDI.
My guitar gently weeps. That's your worst one ever. You bought a
OMONDI. You are shocking.
Sorry. I just made that.
Oh my God.
Get out the Qatar.
How did you just make it up if you reference The Office?
I was thinking about it when Andy was going on, man. It was making me laugh. Guys, I'll try to look at the bright side of things. We've had a bad run the last 10 years, not won any major trophies. We want to win major trophies. We thought the Qataris would come in and just pile us with cash so we'd win major trophies again. I just think we just have to do it on the football side of things. Forget what's going on upstairs. I just want to focus on getting Ten Hag down and just get us playing a good brand of football. And it will be even better if we do win something without that sort of money or that investment. You know, we have to accept what it is. I've had a few days now to accept it, to soak it all in. But what I really want to know is the behind the scenes, the real scratch the surface, see what's really going on. I'm sure Bath Time, you've got like some in-depth information for all the people like myself that don't know jack shit about the business side of things, you know. So I'm just curious about what's really going on behind the scenes, because I do sense, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I do sense that if you're like, if I say, Mr. B, if you've got a lovely car, now if someone come along and so I said to you, bruv, here's 20 grand for your BM, yeah, you would take the money, wouldn't you? You wouldn't wait to say, oh, well, my mate Errol's going to give me 5 grand and take it like drive it just 2 days a week. You understand what I'm saying? You'll take the 20 grand. and go with it, wouldn't you? So I don't understand why the Glazers, who said officially they want to sell the club, are suddenly got a great offer and suddenly don't want to sell the club. And it's like they're doing a deal with someone who looks a bit shady now, in that Ratcliffe guy. So I don't know. I just want to get to the bottom of this.
Amondi, change it to an ice cream van instead
I
of a
want to know how
Mercedes.
Mr. B drives a BMW.
Oh, it's lovely.
I drive an Audi.
Angrily, I would imagine.
I
Oh,
drive
is it
an
an
Audi.
Audi?
Yeah,
Oh,
I drive an Audi.
beautiful car, anyway.
Look,
Yeah, Amondi, it's like an ice cream van, right? Because it gives you money, right? It's where your livelihood comes from. So like it's essentially what you're sort of asking someone to do is sell a £10 note for £9. It doesn't make sense, like financially.
my question is this: everybody's upset that the Shakers is been dissed. If you work out the bids, his was actually lower than. I know it's only a quarter of the club, but if he really, really wanted the club, wouldn't he have just paid the extra money? I know he had guaranteed 1.5 billion to this or to that. Couldn't you have just added an extra billion and took in a 500 grand off somewhere else to let them so that he actually physically bought the club?
Why should it be put over a barrel, though, Mr. B? Why
Well,
should
guess what?
He
Really wanted it.
He wanted it, yeah, and he doubled the offer of what it is currently worth, and they turned it down. He gave what was a reasonable bid and evaluation. True, he kept very quiet because you got to keep quiet with NDAs, aren't you? You can't say anything. But so maybe it was his first speech. I want to make Manchester United great again. And I've heard that today. The Glazers took criticism to this. It was criticising their structure. I heard that, and I don't know whether to believe it or not. So you're not so much offended by somebody saying, "I want to make Man United great again." I'm like, Ralph Ragnick called it out for what it is. They don't like it. I mean, privately, all the other big millionaires are laughing at him. Privately, they've laughed at Man United the last 12 months. I mean, Sheikh Mansour, his crew was shaking hands at the FA Cup final, shaking hands with him. And he must privately, go, God, you are a fucking parasite, laughing at him. Privately, he was shaking hands. You are a fucking gobshite, Avram. You know what I mean? And I hope he was thinking that. The City CEO, you are a fucking gobshite. Because you'll never touch us.
So you think you think we're done? So you think we're done? You think there's no chance? Look, when the Glazers came in, they did it sneakily as well. I don't understand how he can come in and say, he's got a quarter, and then he wants to buy the other 3/4. So obviously the Glazers must want to sell, but is it a figure that they want the club to reach to before he can sell BATHTIME? This might be more for you, to be fair.
Sorry, I was reading Box's comment.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Yeah, just in regards to, do you think there's going to be a time? Obviously, he's got a quarter share and he's got sporting. Okay, no, lad, did he?
Okay, yeah.
Shit, what was I saying? He's
I've
gone.
got
My head's
it,
gone.
Mr. B.
Yeah, fucking hell,
Right. So it's quite revealing that so what Radcliffe has done is he's bought, or he's made an offer that's going to the table on Thursday for 25% of the club, including Class A and Class B shares. Class B shares have 10 times more voting rights than Class A shares. So he's going to go for 25% of the club, and he's getting sporting control. Okay, this doesn't happen unless that there's put and call or earn out options on the table. Right. So he has
earn out?
more. An earn out is it's from mergers and acquisitions, where if there is a deadlock in negotiations because the selling party values the asset, or in this case the club, far higher than the buyer, you agree to purchase an initial amount at a certain amount of shares, and then at a future date you purchase the rest of the shares contingent on future successes. So that it's simplistically for United, that would be Champions League qualification or something like that. And as you can see, a typical earn-out takes place over a 3 to 5 year period, which is exactly what we're hearing from Ineos at the moment, that they expect to buy the Glazers out within 3 to 5 years.
So that would be something that the Glazers expect to be happening then, yeah?
Well, not expect, it'll be contractual. Like,
Okay,
if it's an earn-out, it's contractual. If it's a put or a share, it's up to the discretion of the buyer or the seller, depending on if it's put or a share.
Shouldn't these contracts be made public so we know where this is going to go?
Absolutely, Andy.
It should be made public. It should be there in the domain, out in the open for everybody to read. You know, put a date to it. And
right, Andy.
This is where the murkiness comes in.
No, there's no murkiness. Manchester United listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so they have to form something called the SEC, which is the Securities Exchange Committee, where all of the terms of the agreement will be made public. It could be anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on how far they've got from Thursday. And when that comes out, we will be able to see exactly what the terms of the sale are, how many shares people have got, what the shares will be bought at, etc. So it's literally you just wait like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and we will have all the details of the sale for now and the plan over the future. Because make no mistake, the plan is to phase the Glazers out, and the Glazers are fine with this.
Yeah, so this
is the beginning of the legally. This is the obviously we all have our misgivings, but what you're saying is legally, from once this thing starts, the Glazers cannot pull out.
Well, yeah, they can pull out, but they'll be hit with severe penalties. With an earn-out, because, I mean, I'm speculating it's an earn-out. I think it's a hybrid between a put and call and an earn-out. A put and call basically is for a certain amount of time, let's say it's 5 years, if the seller can sell at an agreed price at any time during this 5 years, and if it's a call, the buyer can buy at any time during these 5 years, and it's contractual.
BATHTIME, what are the penalties if, say, they went back on the agreement?
They would be ridiculous and punitive. That's all I know.
Well, there you go. There you go. Like you say, if it's there and it's nothing to him, there's your concern right there.
No, it would be tens of billions in lawsuits.
Oh,
like,
right,
it would be absolutely ridiculous, Andy. Like no one's ever really done it. But the problem is, if it's an earn-out and it will be dependent on future cash flow. These sort of these normally lead to lots of legal issues because people claim that the books have been cooked and stuff like that. But like honestly, this is really, really good. The Glazers are on their way out. They've agreed to it, and there is a pathway for them to leave. The other option was someone coming in and buying a minority stake like the Elliott Group. And all that would have meant is that the Glazers get the money to, I don't know, install a VAR screen at Old Trafford. This is a path to the Glazers leaving.
So this is the really X-Wing going down through the Death Star. This is the trail.
I don't know, Andy. I don't know. Like, yes. I'll just say yes, but I don't know. I don't understand what the metaphor means. Do you mean, is that the beginning of the end?
There's the tunnel. You got to hit the bolt. There's the path. There's the fire.
Right. For Star Wars, I'll put it like this. What Jim Radcliffe has done is he's programmed Order 66. And he's going to be able to hit Order 66 within the next 3 years. So he's the Emperor at the start of Star Wars or whatever, sorting everything out. Is that good?
That makes sense to me.
I can live with that, yeah. Palpatine.
I can live with that.
Palpatine, I can live with that. Well, it's the same analogy. You fucking hit the target, you can fucking blow it up.
Yeah. Oh.
So, wait, with all these things, I mean, I'm starting to get a grip of this, but are we saying that you sound quite happy about this bath time? Because you're basically implying that the sell, even though it's only taking baby steps towards it, this is the start of something. This is the beginning of the end of the Glazers.
100%, right?
Yes.
When I was looking at the timeline today, it all started in April last year, where they got a guy to they hired Populous Architects and Legends International, who are stadium managers, to have a look at doing up Old Trafford. They couldn't afford it. They started going out to private equity groups asking for about 300 million. No one would give it to them, and then they had to announce like the strategic review, which is basically give us money, like, and maybe we'll do a takeover, maybe not. Let's see what happens. And it's basically what I think has happened is two of the Glazers, Joel and Avram, want to stay. They love, they don't love United, but they love being the owners of United.
I said that.
They're prettiest girls at the party. Do you remember at the World Cup in the final when they're there just sort of like swanning about Doha? Absolute gobshites, the pair of them. But the other four, they just want to piss off and take the money. So what Radcliffe has done, I think, we'll find out on Thursday, is he has bought the majority of the shares that the people that want to piss off will do, and he's got himself control of football operations. That means it's probably an end to Richard Arnold and John Murtagh.
Football operations. This is the part that I want somebody to explain to me. Sure. Football. So he has a budget. Will he be having a budget? I mean, look, if Bath Time can't answer it, you lot are all here and there's guys in the chat as well. Is he going to have a set budget? Is he going to have to talk to them about players and player sales? Is Ten Hag now going to be going directly to him? Because, there was always this gap where they needed things to be ratified, but they were probably sleeping or taking a blowjob in LA. So there's a big 6-7 hour delay. So now, is everything going to be done bang, 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 instantly?
Probably not, but it's more likely to be. I'll just let Andy get over your sex jokes.
Sorry.
And then you added a bang, bang, bang at the end.
This is Wolf of Wall Street, isn't it? This is what it is. Is any of this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Well, you got it in, Andy. Right, so Mr. B, one of the only things that the Glazers have done that has been good at United is that they've turned our commercial department into a monster, like the envy of the world. So what I believe is going to happen is that the commercial people are going to sort of stay there. The people that negotiate the Adidas deals, the team speaker deals, all that sort of stuff, they're going to stay. But everything to do with football is going over to Ineos and Radcliffe. That's transfers, that's manager appointments, and that's the structure. And I haven't had time to go through all of it, but it looks fairly likely that we're going to get in a guy who was an executive at PSG for 9 years and who was previously at Juventus, where his biggest achievement was building them a stadium. I think he's likely to replace Richard Arnold as CEO, and he's already an employee of Ineos. And there's also some cyclist man from Team Sky, like the cycle people, the bike people, and he's likely to come in and head up the medical department. He's
got baggage allegedly. All you got to do is Google about Team Sky.
Is that the drugs guy? The drugs cheat guy?
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. We have to say allegedly.
Oh, sorry,
he's
allegedly the drug street guy.
He's basically the guy that started off all this asthma stuff. Like the guy that went to Liverpool.
I heard this tonight. Apparently, he lives in Nice in a caravan near Nice, near the training facility. I heard this today. I seen it, Googled it. He's a tax exile like Jim Ratcliffe. He's living in a caravan.
Which West Ham footballer lived in a caravan?
No, the guy from Team Sky.
Yeah, I know.
He's living in a caravan.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, anyway, Mr. B, like, things will work more. Radcliffe's got control of football, so anything to do with football will go through him, and the other stuff will go like where it's always gone. So I think that's pretty good.
Is that written? So the Glazers won't have any say on transfers, the final approval.
I don't know that detail. I find it very unlikely that they would, considering that they've handed football operations over to Radcliffe. So the implication for me there is no, they wouldn't.
So in a hypothetical, in January, say we're in a good position like we was last year. We're not going to get Wout Weghorst. We're going to go and try and get the best.
Probably,
You know what I mean?
probably pulling the caravan.
So the Glazers are going to go, you know what, Jim, do what you want, get what you want. If it gets the results, get us results.
I believe so, Andy, yeah. I believe so. I don't know for certain, but just the fact he's head of football operations makes me think that the tick will be taken away from Avram Glazer or Joel Glazer or whichever one of those dickheads it was, and it will be given to Sir Jim.
Can I ask you two both go your season ticket holders? How does that change your mood hearing all this sort of news? Because I didn't know this. This makes me feel a bit more optimistic.
Not really, to be honest. What's this been going on for now? 18, 19 years? Fucking, it's just been same every season. Demos, stopping people getting a mega store, walkouts. It's the same old bollocks, to be honest. So no, it's not going to stop me going, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not going to stop me going because it's called emotional blackmail.
Yeah,
this is what it is. Emotional blackmail.
I didn't go to Galatasaray or the Brentford game, and everyone's saying to me, "Oh, you fucking glory hunter this." I said, "Fuck off." You know what I mean? I was going in the 80s.
Hey, mate, I've been going for 40 years. People want to have a go at me for going. Go fuck yourself. So that's what I say, and I say that wholeheartedly. If you don't like me, don't like me. I don't care.
That's it.
Right, Stuart and Andy, right? I got a question for you two. If like the deal gets approved on Thursday, and like Ratcliffe goes and speaks to like Must or the Red Army or something, and like does a bit of a Q&A, would that alleviate any of your worries?
Nah,
because I don't trust Must. I don't trust.
Yeah.
So you know what? I seen what the 58 put out, and he approached the fan groups, and the fan groups were too busy tippy-toeing, trying to like stay in bed or suck off the Glazers just to stay in the good books. And I say I don't trust any of the fan groups. Like
you say,
tell
you what about that, because I don't like Must.
Right, there's working class Man United fans like what we are, and there's middle class Man United fans who are on the level of what the Glazers are, and I say that and I mean that, who think they're better than us. Because, like I say, they've got a seat on the board, and, and they drive their Mercedes. They got the nice bits in Cheshire, this, that, and the other, and that's what it is. Is two levels of class fans: working class, middle class. Then you got the upper class who have the boxes and that's what them fan groups are. You know what I mean? So it's disappointing. This fan base will not come together to get them out because the fan groups are too. They've got their little piece of pie. They've got their nice piece of cheesecake, and they don't want to let it go.
Was that prawn sandwiches?
Well, yeah, prawn sandwich. Yeah.
Question from Black Bolt saying, question, will the Glazers stop collecting dividends? That seems to be an issue with everyone.
The Glazers haven't, to be fair to them.
They've just taken 1.5. They're going to get 1.5 billion, and they're still going to want their fucking 25 million.
No, they're not going to be allowed to take dividends.
I think it was made mandatory. They can't do it now. Even they agreed to it.
They haven't done it for 2 years, I think.
Yeah, because they know basically. We're broke.
Okay, so they're not taking a. See, okay.
What are you thinking, Mr. B? Are you beginning to think this is all right, or
no? Do you know what in the beginning, remember, was it me and you on Monday, one of the shows we had where I said I would rather it was done organically than we had a wedge of money but I would still like a shiny new bloody stadium and a shiny new training ground.
Do you want a new stadium?
I mean,
No, you know, I would say, I'm not going to say a new one. Listen, we need a stadium with a bloody screening, for God's sake.
We need a stadium with a roof don't fucking leak.
We need a fucking stadium when the toilet's fucking flush right now. Alone, yeah.
There aren't rats in there. Literal rats running around the south stand. Amazing.
I see this last season. One of the kiosk booths, I read this. Somebody bought a pie from a kiosk 3 months out of fucking date. Had mould in it.
What?
Had fucking mould in that. That's how bad it is at Old Trafford. This was last season. 3-month-old fucking pie, and he bought it.
Heartbreaking, isn't it, Andy?
It's probably what's powering Luke Shaw.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you how bad it was. When I come back from Palace, I stopped at the services on the M6, and I was getting mocked by fucking Luton Town fans. That's how bad things are.
Craig, losing at Qatar is like missing the final dart and bullseye and seeing the speedboat you could have won.
No,
dead right.
No, it's not. It's not.
Are you lot really gonna see? The thing is, are you lot really that disappointed that? Because I look at it as the start. Yeah, I'm pissed off that it's not Qatar, but at least it's the start of something. If it's written in stone that in 3 years they have to leave, you know, then at least it's a start. I understand.
You know what, Mr. B? I saw the clip of Sky tonight. I was watching it before you come on. You had that Kira Stan, whatever he was called. What do you call it on Sky Sports? One of the Sky guys. Anyway, Manchester United don't need a sugar daddy. Manchester United don't need a sugar daddy. They generate their own money. And I can't repeat what I said in front of the teller because, you know, I'm just shaking. I'm like, sod off. You know what I mean? It's like,
Andy,
the suck-ups now is on. Everybody's like, you know, picking a side. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, one side's won. But the thing is, right, Andy, is that when the Qataris, do you remember like Ratcliffe and his mob went to Old Trafford, and then the Qataris went? Yeah, I can tell you it was March the 16th, 2023. When the Qataris went, the meeting took 10 hours because they didn't even understand broadcast and player contracts. The guys that were coming in from Qatar had absolutely no experience of running or managing a football club.
And where did you hear this?
From The Athletic.
Yeah, they say to me that you're going to believe The Athletic. I
am going to believe The Athletic.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I wouldn't even read anything from The Athletic. You see, this is journalism. Taking pot shots. Last month they were having pot shots. A few months ago, they're having pot shots at fucking Jim Ratcliffe, and he's running an East, and he brought out an article. It's about journalism. It's about getting into bed with at the right moment and snuggling up and getting you that water bottle and fucking jamming it where you fucking gonna stay. You're gonna get a fucking nice cozy fucking night in with the fucking Glazers, innit? That's what it's about, or the new owners. That's all it is. Getting in bed with the right owner, snoozing up to him, putting on the telly, and fucking snuggling up for the night. This is what it is. Every media, from The Athletic, the Daily Mirror, you got ESPN, fucking Sky Sports, fuck me. Everybody is at each other's throats wanting to get, because this is, in the 21st century, this is the biggest news story on the fucking planet.
I'm not sure about that. There's quite a lot going on at the moment, Andy.
I mean, in the sport term, I know what's going on in the world. There's more to that. But in sports, this is it.
Yeah, but the thing about this, right, Andy, is that with like all those things that you've mentioned, like The Athletic, these are organisations that will put your name to a story, and you can be sued for libel if you get it wrong. So there are higher standards from like journalism than people give them credit for, because they're legally. No, they are. They're like they can be legally sued for. I can sit here and say I met a Martian today and he was really nice, and I can't get sued. Put that in a newspaper and report it as news. I can get sued. So there are standards there, and I do believe that The Athletic are not going to be messing with Qatar. Like they're just not going to take on anyone that litigious.
Oh, believe me, mate. After the way media have portrayed Qatar in the last few months with the World Cup, then you go over there, take all the hospitality, snuggle up, come back, World Cup's done, and go at them again with the takeover. Oh, jog on, you tarts.
Yeah, they're massive hypocrites. But what they're doing isn't necessarily that bad. Like, look, Gary Neville came out the other day and put out the 16 questions he wants answered, and about 5 of them were about his bloody hotel. Like, you know, and then he goes and takes the Qatari money. No one is saying that these people aren't like morally flexible and they don't align themselves to the interests that serve them best.
You watch Gary Neville align himself. You watch it. You just watch this space.
Of course he will. Like, Neville's hotel is going to be worth nothing if they move Old Trafford. Like, if they move to a new stadium that's a mile away, what's Gary Neville going to do with a hotel next to a building?
You know, Jim Ratcliffe, he'll probably build in fucking Oldham in Failsworth. That's where they fucking take Man United back. Going back to my roots. That's what he'll fucking
want a new stadium,
He's going back to my roots. Yeah.
Do you want a new stadium? Yeah. Do you want a new stadium?
No.
Didn't they say they were going to increase the capacity? I mean, I remember, was it is 55,000 for a long period of time. We're now at what, 70, 77?
73.
Thing is, though, are they going to shut it? You can't shut down a stadium on a match day when you're trying to build. Are you going to
do that? During the first few seasons of the Premiership, didn't they close down some of the stands?
It has to be like Tottenham. It has to be like Tottenham when it played at Wembley. We'd probably play at the Millennium or something.
Wales could play. They could. I know this is. Everyone could laugh. They could move Man United to London for the next 3 years.
There's a lot of us about it.
Move to London while Manchester is bare. We haven't got any games for 3 years.
It genuinely wouldn't surprise me if they did that.
Play at Wembley for 3 years.
No, we don't need the traffic. We don't need. No,
Imagine
we don't
if
need
they
the
moved
traffic.
it to like America for 3 years.
You know.
Don't even fuck about half time.
You fucking ground share with City. You're fucking ground share with City.
At least we fill it. At least we fill it, Andy.
At least we fill it.
It looks like AC Milan, they're looking to leave the San Siro to build their own stadium away from Inter Milan. They've been connected for so long, haven't they, in that one stadium? But yeah, so you guys are definitely saying no new stadium, just stick with the same stadium and just refurbish it.
100%. I don't want one of them ashtray stadiums. You know, like the Allianz.
Yeah, the round
Arena.
ones, the bowls.
Yeah, no, I don't want anything. I don't want anything.
Have you seen
like
the
that.
Bernabeu now? Jesus Christ! And the Barcelona's going the same way.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact they're all looking the same. Like Old Trafford's great. It's weird looking and all this stuff, but it's unique. And I just can't see us playing in one of these round stadiums like West Ham or Arsenal or something like that. I want Old Trafford.
See, everyone used to say about the new camp, it was a big stadium, but that was more of a shithole than Old Trafford is now. Yeah. That was falling apart.
We've got one here from D-Reg Verma. The Glazers never wanted to sell. The only reason they entertained Sheik was to see if he paid crazy money. Partial investment was always the plan.
Okay.
Well, there you go. I'll tell you something interesting about the Rain Group, though. The Rain Group were the guys that were tasked with basically sorting out the sale and stuff, and they have a 10% stake from Sheikh Mansour, who is the Manchester City owner, and the Qataris got extremely annoyed about this allegedly because the UAE and Qatar are not the best of friends. And so they started going around the Rain Group to Al Nassr or whatever he's called at PSG to try and negotiate with the Glazers. So there's a bit of conspiracy theory for you there, Amondi.
Love it.
I thought you're right.
So play at Nice Stadium, says Craig. Big up to Craig. He's got a lot of funny comments tonight. Andrew Williams saying, fuck the past, let's build a club to dominate the 21st century. Is it what century are you in now?
21st century.
Oh, it is the 21st century. Okay.
Sorry, Buck Rogers were in the 25th century.
New stadiums only work, with Brendan saying new stadiums only work if you have the money and the ground to do it. Once again, Craig saying, I want a big fuck-up stadium like the Marciana in Salford. Welcome to Mercedes Ineos Stadium. Ineos Stadium, don't they do Formula One with Lewis Hamilton? Yeah. I've seen labels.
Where?
I'm sure he's got labels with
Yes,
Ineos.
they do.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've heard this. I've heard like today. I've seen some. I don't know if you guys seen it. Jim is like maybe we got some of this money from Mercedes as well. Mercedes F1.
They wouldn't change the name. They can't change the name to Old Trafford.
They will
can't do that.
100. They will 1,000,000% do that.
Mate.
No, they.
No,
I can't. Why?
There's some things they won't tinker with. Mind you, they tried to destroy the history of the European Cup with the Super League.
Yes.
If they want to piss off the fans, I don't think you couldn't do that. If you change the name from you take away the name Old Trafford, you're gonna start a war, mate.
But I mean, Barcelona have done it. It's the Spotify Nou Camp. Like United are missing out on I don't know, maybe 60 million a year. Not having the ground.
What are we going to call it? The Dildo Arena?
Andy, brilliant. Well, you've got it spot on. Yes, the Dildo Arena, brilliant.
The Dildo Arena, sponsored by Ineos.
Yeah, that's the whole master plan behind Jim Radcliffe's takeover. Is he wants called Old Trafford the Dildo Arena, and every seat is going to have a dildo on it, and you're going to have to plonk yourself down on it.
Ineos lube ready to fuck it up
with mould in it.
Can I ask a couple of questions? We're disappointed because one of Qataris in. Do you think that changes our aspirations of winning a major trophy, a league title or a Champions League within the next 5-10 years? And would we have won something in the next 5-10 years with the Qataris on board? Because we heard rumours, this is all rumours once again, that we would be signing the Mbappes of this world and having that instant success. It doesn't always work like that, does it?
Man City won a Premier League title within 2 years.
Man City
won a Premier League title after that takeover within 2010.
But they had a good side before that, didn't they? They
had two takeovers, didn't they? They had the Thai Prime Minister first.
Winning that trot, then it was like shake, rattle and roll. He came in within 2 years. They won an FA Cup, Premier League title. Following year missed out, then won another Premier League. Blah blah, so and so and so. So yeah, within 2-3 years, they were at, like you say, they were at the top of English football. All right, it was money motivated, but fair enough. The training ground will be called the butt plug. Fuck him.
I think even if the Qataris had come in with 500 million transfer budget, we're still I think we're still at minimum for 3 years off winning the title, because Andy's talking about when City got taken over, that the league was a lot weaker then compared to what it is now with Guardiola, Arteta, and Klopp. We
had the mafia. We had the boss man running it. That's why we were dominating.
Exactly. So I think that's harder to break, and also I think that the ones they wanted to bring in were Camavinga, Coman, and Mbappe.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I don't think that gets you the title.
I think that was media. Honest. That's media. I don't think they said that. The media put that out there just to, like I say, try and cushion the blow. Look, this is what you could have won, Bullseye fans. You know what I mean? So
just another thing I'm going to put out there. On social media, they always put up comparisons, and there's a comparison of stats about Fergie versus Pep, who's the best manager or coach, and there's always a lot of debate. But my point, what I put on, I did type in. I said, look, the day I see Pep win the title with Aberdeen and winning a European Cup or like a Cup Winners' Cup with Aberdeen, that's when I would say Pep is up there. He can be in contention because he always had big clubs to work with. But Ferguson, even though if we're on our face at the moment, we might feel things are bad, maybe we've got a new Ferguson in our manager now. Doesn't it just take a good manager, football manager, not the owner, to actually make us successful? Because I don't recall Derby under Brian Clough being well-run club when they were winning the title and getting far in the Champions League. I don't remember Nottingham Forest being a well-run club behind the scenes necessarily. I just think it's a case of having a good manager who can take you that far. And like Fergie proved, he was a good manager in the era. It came in 1986 when Liverpool were running the show, and took him a few years on the football side of things, to really produce the goods. So, and obviously he created a great club as well with the infrastructure that we had. But I do think it comes down to the football manager, and that's Ten Hag at the moment. Do we believe that he's the man to do the job? Can he, with everything going on around him, would it make him a great manager with all this pressure that's going on above him? Can he turn it around and create us a good side again on the football pitch? That's what really matters. That's what we're really here for. That's what you pay your money for, to go and see, guys.
Yeah. Do you think he's spoken to in the last day or so?
He has.
Because you got feel for the lad. I mean, he's in limbo. He like say, do I need this? You know what I mean?
Radcliffe has spoken to Ten Hag. Not, I don't know if it was recently, but when he went to Old Trafford in March last year, they bumped into
That's
each
not
other.
recently. That's like a year ago nearly.
Yeah,
I'm talking within the last 2 days or something. Has there been, has he been spoken to?
He has said. I mean, I don't know that, but he has said that like Eric Ten Hag is his manager and his job is not under threat.
Yeah,
so I would suspect there's been a phone call.
He wants to speak to the players. Half of their jobs are fucking under threat.
I mean, this is the part this is the part that interests me. How much? Obviously, he's taken over the sporting side of things. How much interference, if that's the word I want to use, is he going to have in that team? And if Ten Hag says to him, "I want this person out," is there going to be this dilly-dallying? Is he just going to get them out and work with the manager?
And Mr. B, this guy, when he was 16, when he was like 14, was like selling match programs at Hull. He's now the richest man ever in recorded history for Britain. He's not going to be messing about.
Can I give a scenario for January? Say Mason Greenwood starts turning it on, and what do you do between them two? Is it Jim wants to bring him in? Ten Hag doesn't want him. That is a potential scenario.
Yeah.
I don't want to see.
I would think, Andy, that like Radcliffe, right, is an incredible businessman. Like, there's no other way around it. He's come from nothing.
No, you have to say that. To be fair,
ever.
Because bath time. Let me. I'm going to forget my point. I do actually agree, because he came in there and wanted a full deal. He actually got a deal done. It might not be the deal that we or people were expecting, but he got a deal done, and he's now got his foot in the door. So he's a deal maker. We might not like it all over. He's a deal maker.
So should we be rejoicing now instead of being upset?
No, I don't.
We say rejoice. We got a new owner. This is what we wanted. When they said, look, let's put it simply, we wanted, as a fan base, generally, we wanted the Glazers out. They said they're selling the club in November. Rejoice. It didn't take 3 months. We're now in October, nearly a year later, and finally we have some kind of news, significant news, that they are selling up. And as it's been pointed out by Bathtime brilliantly, it's going to take a process, but it's steps towards that. So should we be rejoicing that finally these parasites, as we call them, are finally leaving the club?
No, because they're still here. They're still on Monday. They're still
here.
There's
no guarantees, mate. There's no guarantees. Now, it may be put out there that they are going to be bought out and gone, but nothing is guaranteed. You take nothing for granted in this world when it's life, work, business, anything. Nothing is concrete.
Okay. Can we all sleep better, says Big T. Loads of comments coming through. Just by the way, big up
sleep, boy.
to everyone who's...
You can all sleep better, gang.
Yeah.
You can all sleep better.
Benjamin Hunt is saying here, if we get Sir Jim and Mitchell, then we can have a proper footballing network. Ajax, Utrecht, Tottenham, Spurs, Southampton, Nice, Monaco, Leipzig, and Stuttgart. These are all teams that Mitchell, and obviously with Nice, Sir Jim's had a run with. Everyone's talking about Mitchell like he's the saviour. He's a sporting director, isn't he? He's someone who has done really well in these sort of clubs, bringing in good players like Mane.
Yeah, knowing our luck, we'll get the Mitchell brothers. You know what I mean? What, Phil? What, Grant? Yeah. What do we do? What do we do? Send round their boys, mate. We'll fucking do him.
A job swap with Ten Hag. Send him to EastEnders.
And you got Peggy Mitchell. My boys are doing a brilliant job in the football department.
This couple more. Sigmund. Everyone say hi to Sigmund. He's saying if the Glazers are the cancer, this is the start of chemotherapy. It's a long road ahead. So that's a good way of putting it. Imagine that. It says, big up to Craig. Craig's been a great supporter tonight. Some really funny comments, by the way, Craig. And you've got, is that 1991 Brian Robson Cup Winners' Cup? I'm not sure. Is it? Yeah. So he's got spent $4.99 just to give us the thumbs up. And it's a fist back to you, man. Thank you so much, Craig. And keep the comments coming in. Mitchell's good at finding talent, says Jada. Yeah, that's most certainly true. Look, guys, I'm not despairing. I think the boys are light at the end of the tunnel. And you guys are still going to go to the games, get behind the club on the football side of things and support the club through and through. This is what we do as proper Reds. And you say the stadium, the side needs to be improving. We need to be winning major trophies again. This is all on the horizon. And I just think this is maybe a big, significant week with this news coming through, that maybe there's something good will come out of this. Sorry, Mr. B, but I am trying to...
No, Amonde, and I know you are. Amonde, you're that guy. You are, if a bird shit on your face, you're going to find some sort of positive out of it. You know what I mean? You know, you will.
Have to pay for that.
That's your guy. So I'm sitting here. I'm not positive. I just want to see what's happening. I know who my preferred bid was. You know, I just feel that it would have cleared a whole load of nonsense and they would have been gone. We've now got... Listen, I'm not being funny. So Jim could be dead before the takeover is done. And then who has control of the club? You see what I mean? Is it dead? Right. And Ineos really didn't want to get involved with Man United anyway.
Sell it back to him,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? Yeah, I just think there's a problem. Look, maybe until Thursday comes and we do hear some confirmation as to what is going on, then maybe we could.
And if my auntie had balls, she'll be my uncle. That's all.
Oh God!
And to be fair, Mr. B, everyone dies. So anyone who initiates takeover can die.
Yeah, I get it. It's just the time scale, man. It's the time scale.
Everyone dies, but it's how we live, and we want to live seeing some success on the football side of things.
We will be back. Football goes in cycles.
Jim Ratcliffe, within the next 20 years, give us Premier League titles and European Cup.
I think so.
Show me a crystal ball. You can't predict it.
I'm glad you said yours, Stuart, and not mine.
When we've been great in the past, we've looked at the Busby Babes. We had that great 1968 side that went on to, win the league and win the Champions League against Benfica. Then years later, in '92, in the '90s, we had the youngsters come through again. And, these are homegrown talents, community. That's how we win. We've been authentic players around us. Someone like, I was watching a documentary on Paul Scholes the other day. They said he was like too skinny. He was just a ginger boy who just played football. No one really... You've seen that as well, Mr. B?
No, yeah. Sir, I'll talk to Rebel.
Yeah, so... And these are guys, local guys from the club. Even the Beckham documentary just shows you this is a guy who loves the club from London, but his dad loved Bobby Charlton, loves the club as well. So I think we got our success. It just comes round in sort of cycles when we're on our face like we were in the 80s, turned it around. When we're on our face like we were in 58, turned it around. This time we're on our face with a different side of things, where Man City have come in and dominated, and we think it looks like despair, looks like we're so far away, but we can still turn it around. Let's bring some youngsters through. Let's bring that authentic feeling again and get behind our club. That makes it all the more pleasurable when we do actually finally win. And we beat Liverpool up, and we've conquered them in the league with the titles and that kind of thing. We are one of our European Cups again, 2 more since '68. Maybe it's time. Won't it be great in 3, 4, 5 years if we could overtake Man City and start dominating again and say, look where we were and look how far we've come. We were on our faces. We've turned it around. That's the whole ethos of the club. And I think that's about to happen again.
It'll absolutely happen. Like, City are going to have problems when Guardiola leaves. Absolutely no question. You can't get... There's no manager in the world that can come in and replace Guardiola and get the same levels. They're going to have manager churn. And the thing is, does anyone really believe that United aren't going to rise back to the top of English football? Like,
when you're up against wealth, mate, it's hard.
Yeah, but we're up against wealth against Jack Walker.
Yeah, but
we're up against wealth with Roman Abramovich.
Millionaires are different to billionaires.
What about the Chelsea team then?
The Chelsea.
Like, they conceded 15 goals at home or something for the whole season. Like, and we managed to see them off. Well, Manchester United, we got the biggest fan base, we got the best stadium, and now, like, the problem with the Glazers still being on is that what we really need is a new dawn where they're completely gone and there's like fresh hope comes in, and we don't have that with Radcliffe at the moment. We've got a partial phase thing, and it's very annoying and stuff. But I do genuinely believe that this is the turnaround where we've got a guy who knows how to operate. He's not like Ed Woodward. He's going to get in like the best people, and he's going to give us the best chance of success. And then it comes, Jesus, and then it comes down. What is going on there? Like, Andy, you're in the middle of an alien invasion. Just pop Transformers on.
Okay, what? Fucking execute Order 66. I think Bathtime's dropped his rubber ducky.
Yeah, but I think we're at the start of us coming back. Like, if we give a good structure to managers like Ten Hag, if we sort out the bad apples in the change room, I see absolutely no reason why we won't be back in 3 or 4 years. Like, we've just got to gut the rot, and I think it starts like on Thursday. Like, I'm really positive about the future. Like, we're going to get a new stadium. We're going to have more investment into like our training facilities. We're going to like have a decent transfer window, I think. I think the good times are coming. And I've got Stuart and Andy shaking my head.
Could this get thrown out Thursday?
I wouldn't know. No, it'd be very unlikely, Andy, because everyone who has the power will have had to agree to it already. It's just ceremonial on Thursday.
We'll say the people who wanted Qatar say no. The people who have their shares, you know what I mean? Say they...
What, big Martial fan on Twitter? Like... no, it won't happen. It won't happen, Andy. It'll go through on Thursday.
Yeah, who cares anyway? Who cares? We've got Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Are you a fan now, Stuart?
He's buzzing. He's a legend.
Yes.
Yes, Stuart. That's a turnaround. Brilliant.
Stuart, do you want one?
I've just finished one. Cheers, Andy.
I don't do drinking during the week, but after you saying that about McTominay, it's making me
He's our saviour,
you've got to come
Andy.
to McTominay Club.
He's our saviour.
Yeah, he's the one that starts the new United.
Listen, don't even listen. We've been on here an hour, and my cussing was right at the beginning of the show. Don't let us finish the show with me cussing. No way. Let's not. There's no McTominay talk until Thursday or Friday.
Eat some broccoli and don't rise to the bait.
Look, guys. Look, we've hit an hour. We've given you an agenda type take on the situation. You know, we try not to be too serious on the channel. We hope we haven't offended nobody too much. And look, we've given our thoughts. Whether you like them or not, it is what it is. Obviously, Andy, as always, has given us his point of view very, very pointedly. Stuart was a lot more reserved. OMONDI is totally chill, and Bath Time was our explainer today, which I really did appreciate a lot. Bath Time, I know you spent a lot of time doing your slides, but we will get round to them. And I've listened, the takeover's not finished. So, you know, we've still got time to do it. But look, guys, if you are still watching, we appreciate it. Please hit the like button before you bugger off. Yeah, CJ, man, laughter in a bad time. That's what we try and do, man. That's what we try and do. Look, we will be back tomorrow. It might be half hour earlier. It might be half hour late. If you hit your notification bell, you're gonna know. Give us a follow on socials if you haven't already. And look, all we can say is look, that it has started. It might not be what everybody wanted. It seems like it was quite. Start again. It seemed like there was quite a few people who didn't want it. But you know what? At the end of the day, all we can do is talk, moan, cry, and drink about it, because at the end of the day, those decisions are made over our heads. You know, the 1958, God bless them, have been doing their thing for 18 years. And the Glazers look out their window and give him the sign. They don't take any notice. So maybe it'll calm things down. I would like to hear what they think about the whole thing. Maybe that'll come out on Thursday as well. But look, guys, this is the agenda. Thanks for watching, and we will be back tomorrow.
Bye-bye.